Welcome back. Well, topping our consumer watch, spring is a popular time for couples to say I do, and planning for the big day can be very hectic. This time last year I was planning for mine in March, so not quite a spring wedding for me.
19 years ago we had a spring wedding ourselves, so yeah, it's a hectic day. But a big part of that task is finding the right wedding vendors. The BBB has some tips for hiring the right people for your perfect day. We're here with Whitney Quick of the Better Business Bureau, and we're talking about wedding vendors. We're coming up on springtime. So many weddings that happen this time of year. My wedding anniversary happens to be in the spring as well. Why is it a good idea to really research wedding vendors?
So in 2019, we had over 5,000 complaints about wedding vendors, things to do with weddings. So your caterers, your transportation, your photographers, things like that. So there are a lot of complaints, and basically what it is you have to make sure that you get your contracts lined out and that you understand every single bit of it.
And one of those things right there is also checking your invoices to make sure you're not overcharged.
Right, and then also make sure that you understand whether or not you're going to have unexpected fees. So these are all things that should be in your original contract. We have had complaints about cake cutting fees as well as corkage fees. Okay. So these are things that, you know, they typically do end up adding up these small fees through the entire thing, and it can be incredibly costly.
I understand hiring someone for their experience, but checking how long they've been in business, why is that so important?
It's incredibly important just to see, you know, how they've handled with their clientele. So you can also go onto our website, read any review or complaint against a business, and I always tell people that complaints aren't necessarily a bad thing. It will show you how the business will deal with a customer who's got an issue. So it is a really good reference for you to look at.
What about wedding transportation problems?
So you really want to make sure that your transportation knows when to show up and for how long that you're paying them. And if you don't need them, make sure that you know if there's any cancellation fees associated with them. These are all things, again, that you should find in a contract that you need to go through with a fine tooth.
There's a lot of moving parts when it comes to a wedding. A lot of strangers playing a role in someone's special day. You have musicians, you have photographers. Those are important as well.
Right. So the musician, you really want to make sure that you check them out beforehand. Make sure that it's something that you do feel comfortable paying the amount that you're going to pay for them, as well as a photographer. And then with a photographer, you guys need to really be on the same page as to when your pictures are coming. Do your guests have access? Because a lot of times it is a lot of fun party pictures that, you know, your guests do want to see.
So before someone books someone to work their wedding, where should they go to find out more information on who to trust?
BBB.org.
And we'll have more on our website, WSILTV.com, a little later on.